Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to In the Making episodes. In this episode, we're gonna have a look at the short movie Crossed Parallel. So this is the last movie from the New Life trilogy. Let me tell you a little bit about the idea behind that movie. Basically, the first inspiration for that piece was that moment when Lucas and Michelle turned their heads, and before I even knew that I'm about to do that production, way before we even thought about creating the movie, at that time I was still dancing and I was just warming up before the morning class, and I was listening to that Chopin's piece, and I just saw that two people turning their heads quickly to the camera in the first phrase of the piece itself. Somehow I felt that's what I would like to do on that music. That's what I would like to create on that music. Yeah, and that idea basically stayed with me for some time until I saw the actual location that we shot that movie on. So it was a basement of our friend's place, and once I saw that place, I thought that I really have to do something there. And then I contacted Michelle and Lucas, the main artists, the main dancers of that creation, and we started to work. So let's jump into the rehearsals. So here we are, first day, just trying out something, and here's Lucas and Michelle. We all have no idea what to do and what is gonna happen, and we already started to lay down some ideas about the space, and I obviously clarified before in advance that it's going to happen in that place in the corridor. And so we already tried to create some first steps. In that case it was kind of like easier because I had this first beginning. I knew what I wanted to do in the beginning with the sharp turning. Yeah, that's how we started to roll. So here's the first try. Let's go. Technical idea behind the creation was that I wanted to create some kind of a slow motion for that piece. Like now we are trying out the music in the real time, but actually the main performance would happen with the quicker music, because I was planning to set playback faster so we can slow it down in post. So it means that they have to perform the actual track with the faster speed, and as you can hear, the piece itself played quite slow, and I really liked that tempo. Also because we could speed it up a bit and then have it a bit more dreamy. Here they are trying the real tempo now. And then after the rehearsal, we went into the actual corridor, into the actual location, so we could try out some ideas. Yeah, this is the idea I came up with. Like I tried to ask if it's possible for Michelle to hold herself between the walls. And for right now, it looked like it's not gonna work because actually we didn't find the right technique yet. So at that point, it felt like it's not possible.
And the words, nice, very professional.
But then, all of a sudden, Michelle found the proper technique. Yeah, and I was like super happy to see that it's manageable. And that's it. That was our first day of rehearsal, and we did very important steps. We started it. We found the technique how to manage to stay between the walls and then drop afterwards. So I was pretty happy with the first day. So second rehearsal, as you can see, we set up some kind of like borders. I measured a little bit the distance between the walls, and then we went and set up the bars in the studio. So as you can see here, we already like went a bit further with the choreography. So basically second day, I started to kind of push myself further in order to create choreography, to know exactly what we're going to do there, so we don't waste time. The second day we decided to go and actually rehearse it in the corridor in that place, because we were concerned about certain ideas like this one, when Lucas is in between the walls, if it's gonna work, so we could really actually go and try it. So basically all these doors that you see, it's all the basements of different people, and we were just lucky enough that nobody decided to go for a ride. You know, they're using that doors to go to their parking spaces. So basically our second rehearsal were mainly in that corridor. That was like one of the scariest moments that happens now. So again, I want to thank Michelle and Lucas for being so open and willing to do all these things and being open-minded about the different ideas and so responsive and professional. It's amazing how a dancer's body can do all kinds of stuff. And here we are just figuring out the proper place where we actually have to do the freezing lift, where Michelle is in between the walls, and we kind of set up the cue or the actual spot where they should perform that lift. Yep, so pretty much that was the second day. Let's see what happened in the third rehearsal. So here's the day 3, rehearsal 3, and now we are trying to use different sets. We figured out that it's actually maybe a good idea to use at least one wall, so we are not just with 2 bars that we cannot use, but we could still imagine how it would feel like, what we can do and where is the wall and how narrow the space is. We already created almost everything on the third rehearsal. At that moment we still don't have the end, so now we are just trying to kind of run everything to remember the details and the steps that we created before. And here we can see that they already adjusted the musicality, so they got used to that tempo and it's not a problem for them anymore. Nice run, they remember everything, which is great. We found the ending for that piece. Yeah, when this moment happens, I'm usually very happy because like once you really see a clear picture in your head, it really creates that warm feeling inside that everything is gonna be okay. This is the moment that you're working for to see the creation becoming real. It wasn't existing 3 rehearsals before, and here we are. Yeah, it took us 3 rehearsals to make it happen. Yeah, steps wise. Here we are on the 4th rehearsal. So 4th day, we decided not to do anything in a studio anymore, and because it doesn't make much sense. So we just went directly onto the location, so we could try things in the corridor, to try all the lifts, all the things that might not work, you know, just to be clear and just to have this. And we struggling again with the lift. Before you were lower, yes. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Yes, that's it, that's it. Yes, yes. Yes, it's good. Very good, yeah. Perfect, it's working. Yeah. See, it's great. And the drop, everything is there. Perfect. So, and now, on the 4th day, 3 days to create, and 4th day, that we actually used for rehearsing on the actual location. That's it. That was the rehearsals process. So it took us 4 days, 3 days to create and 1 day to rehearse. And let's go into 1 day of filming. Fujifilm X-T4 on my gimbal, on Zhiyun gimbal, and with the Sigma 18 to 35mm lens. And I guess this is the first try of our to do the run. Stop. Cut. The door. It was quite a good run. It was very promising. And here's the second try. Okay. Door. And go. Cut. Okay. Good. So with that kind of ideas, this is the challenges we're facing that I was talking about. Yes, we have the steps, we have the things that we have to do, but it all should happen in one frame, in one take. So we are not able to cut anywhere. Yeah, this is the whole excitement of this number, because of the story connection. That it's like you living your life, and there's no cuts, no shortcuts. There's a beginning and end. That's it. Nothing else in between. If something goes wrong, we have to do it again, like in this case. So, and this is the third try. Door. And go. And here's the first time they're experiencing the powder dropping on their faces. And that's what happened. Go. And duck. React. Duck. And at that point I already knew that we have to do it again. I'm very sorry.
I get a little stressed with the last one. The guy told me, just come. And I'm like, oh, everything else. I'm like, okay, fine.
It was more than enough.
It looked really nice. Guys, you could do this again.
Yes, I think we should, just because Michelle, she laughed with
Sorry, I
the...
just,
It's fine, it's fine.
When it
At
fell
the
off.
end,
Yeah.
are you?
At the end.
Yeah.
So after this first try with the powder, they went to wash their head to clean their clothes. Georg and Sander were kind enough to let us use their shower.
Music. Cut. Sorry guys, sorry.
Yeah, and this is the final take. That was the lucky picture. Everything came somehow together in that moment.
Camera, action. And music. Perfect. Go. Stop. Duck. React. Duck. Cut.
That was good. Getting better every time. Getting whiter and whiter. I took some more.
Yeah, it took us 5 takes to create the actual final result. I'm happy that we did it so many times because they had a lot of freedom in their movements and they were so kind of relaxed. They knew what's gonna happen. At that moment, everything just clicked. All the pieces of the puzzle they came together and they were just enjoying these movements and they were used to that space. And then after they went, I think, again to the shower, and then straight after we filmed the parts when they're lost and when they are looking for each other. Yeah, this is the whole representation of that emptiness and vacuum or frustration you might have maybe before you begin that search for your second half. This location were just outside the door of that corridor, so we basically just used more or less the same location. We just went out and shot it real quick. I think this shapes and improvisation was filmed within 1 hour or so, 1.5 hours maybe. And I planned in advance. I found that location before, so I went there to frame everything, and I made like a visual marks for myself. And then we just went straight away into this location, and then we finished basically the whole movie. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed that episode of In the Making of Cross Parallel, and looking forward to see you in the next episodes.